Hi. Ooh, it's bright as hell. We're the mess. Okay. I'm starting to move all the. Okay. This is probably gonna be the longest reading I've ever done. Um, yeah, most definitely because I have all of these different tarot decks that I was drawn to, but I wasn't drawn to do like a POW reading or POW per POW reading. It was more so just a whole reading that is a collage of all these fucking decks that I don't even know what's gonna pop out. So, we're just gonna ease into it. Give me a moment. Please do not mind the mess. It's just I haven't cleaned up in a while. I cleaned up a little bit, but not that much. Um, anyway, um, executive dysfunction, to be honest. Anyway, anyway, anyway. So, please do not fall. Anyway, I don't know how long my barrier is gonna last, so let's get into it. First off, before I even go into like the dream deck, um, dream decoder. Yeah, we're gonna get your angel numbers, get some letters, and also check this out. I don't know why my throat just keeps messing with me. Anyway, anyway, also get crystals from this nice like I got this from Five Below, but they're playing cards, but they have different crystals on them, and I fuck with that. So let's get into it. So let's see what numbers come through. Okay, we got 0 and 35. Three. I knew I seen that earlier, but I didn't think it was gonna come out. 11 and 13 on the back. 4 and 2 or 8. 4, 4, 6. Anyway. Thank you. Anyway. Anyway. Let's get some letters too. We have zebra, Z, H, horse, J, L, V, Y. Okay. You have ball, will, cat, or BWC. So let me see if I can rearrange these really quick. So you might think this is weird, but I am getting words from this. I'm getting phrases. Just be you. Love. Ooh. Hate. Hell, I don't know. Waterworks. Hey, stop. Stop. You just made a whole mess over here, bro. Stop. Ain't nobody did shit to you. Made a whole mess over here, bro. All my fucking cars with, bro. Go sit your ass down. Hi, big head. Come on. Come on. Okay. Anyway, before I was interrupted, let's just put these up. Like I said, water works. Water works. I'm also getting that song, What? By, what was their name? I think it was Daisy and the Scouts. I could be wrong though. Don't quote me on that. Anyway. Also, Zero to Hero. Get it? Zero. Zero to Hero. What the fuck? Please stop. Also, count your blessing. Also, sleep. You just stop. Not finna. Anyway, before we get into my deck, which honestly could use an upgrade because it's like dingy as hell, but I still love it, you know? What the fuck? Okay, give me a moment. Alright. Come on, come on. Okay. Anyway, So I was interrupted again. You have malachite, transformation, openness, and love. Selenite, cleansing your space and yourself. Cleansing yourself and your space. One more. What is this card at the end? Also, the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Something has to give to reach. Something has to give to reach this stability. So, you have Amazonite, fluidity, playful and optimistic, Tiger's Eye, building courage and attracting wealth. So you have the Five of Wands and the Four of Hearts. So again, we're back at stability. So what exactly is stopping you from getting to this stable version of yourself? Do you feel that you're not deserving of it, or is it more so of just it feels unattainable to you? Honestly, I'm so trying not to let this bother me, because he knocked over my whole fucking glass of water, which honestly I actually need water because I haven't had shit all day. I'm trying to calm down and not let it bother me. No promises though, because I'm so pissed. But can't let it bother me. Can't let it bother me. So cool. Anyway. Only reason I have these out is for them to dry off, and then I'll just add them back to the deck. So yeah. Anyway, like I said earlier, something. You tell me how I knew you was gonna do that. Get in here if you wanna come in. Come on. Anyway, something has to give. I keep getting interrupted when I try to make a statement, and it's starting to become tedious as fuck. Anyway, on the back you have emerald. You have a lot of green. What is green? It's the heart chakra. Root, solar, heart. Is it? Yep. Anyway, you have a lot of green. And that is the King of Hearts. You have soda-like communication, harmony, trust. Oh, wait. Emerald, protection, love, wisdom. Soda-like, communication, trust, harmony. Labradorite, limitless potential, and sleep soundly. So you need to catch some fucking Z's. Because it makes no sense for Z to come out in the way that it did, because there's like no connection to anything else. So, with these greens and these blues, you really need to start working on your heart and throat chakra so they can coincide together. Um, and there's a deep need for you to have more trust in yourself. Um, and I know when you feel like that you have to rush something, that it feels like you'll never have enough time, but you will have enough time to sleep and do what you need to do. It's just about balancing those aspects out. And I feel like that's where you're getting stuck at. I won't mess with you. You can stay right there. See, that's the shy cat that don't want to come to me and stuff, but he likes being up here. I don't know why, but you know. Yeah. Anyway, so with this Five of Swords and Six of Swords, I feel like you really felt kind of stabbed in the back. You want to go out? Hey, be quiet. Come here. Don't be talking to him.
My bad.
He not bad. You invading his personal space. This his space.
I brought you some. I brought you some.
I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna let him go so he bites. He don't eat that house.
Denise.
No.
It's been nice, huh? And boy, me myself from. Look.
And don't.
Look. Look, you just want something to eat. I ain't gonna go, I ain't gonna get to it. I'm just trying to give him to it. Come here, nigga.
You can't get it done yet.
Your J ass back. J shit.
Anyway, where was I at? I don't even remember. Back to it. Nine of Wands. I would start there. Limitless potential and sleeping soundly. I feel like a lot of your growth has been through working through your heart chakra and throat chakra, which is like opening yourself up to not only loving others but loving yourself. And that is the most important thing. And people put so much importance on putting others first, but at the same time it's like I get that, I get that part, but at some point you have to put yourself first, especially when you feel that you are not at the area that you want to be right now, or at the space that you want to be. If you're not where, see, rose quartz, love, trust, emotional healing, it's about healing yourself. If you can't heal others if you don't heal yourself first and foremost. I won't say you can't, but there are like it's not withdrawals. What is the word? There are limitations to that degree of healing because I feel that if you don't show yourself love, you're not going to get the love that you properly need, especially from another person or like say that for example me. um for me it was like when it came to relationships, I saw those as escapes. Um, and don't get me wrong, I genuinely did have feelings for the people I was with, but at the same time, it's like they were simply escapes from my own feelings when it came to things outside of the relationship. So it's like, oh, I have this, so why do I need to be sad? Make it make sense a little. Anyway, when I started to build more of a relationship with myself, which I would say 17 was when I started my spiritual journey when it came to understanding spirituality and what it means to be a spiritual person or, you know, what religion actually means. But we're not getting into that right now. We're getting get into the soul. So, when it comes to that, I started actually realizing that I had an issue um, sometime last year. I was 19, I just know that. But it was like early stages, when transitioning to a different age. So I was probably going from 18 to 19 because I feel that at some point it was like, what did I say earlier? You have something wasn't giving or something has to give. I had to give to myself before I could give to others. I realized that I really don't like being around people. I like people, but I just don't like being around them because I know that I need a lot of time to um, recharge, especially when I work in retail. That was actually rougher because sorry, blank. Anyway, it was because I didn't build a relationship with myself. Um, and if you know, you know. But if you don't worry about it. Anyway, it was such a long road to get here that actually, when I look back at where I started at when I was 17, which was like, I was so angry, I was so depressed, I felt so many emotions swelling inside me that I didn't know where to put them or what to do with them. And during that time, I actually started meditating and, trying to journal, trying to get in more contact with my ancestors and guides, my angels. And there has been some mistakes along the road, but I won't say that they didn't teach me lessons. And I'm glad that it didn't end up worse than it could have. Um, but something had to give. And what I mean by that for me, in my instance, I had to give more of myself to my feelings instead of avoiding them or making it seem like they were less than or putting myself down because that was what I was what I, it was I wasn't taught. I won't say I was taught to do that, but it was a learned subconscious it was learned subconscious thoughts because um it was learned subconscious thoughts because that's what people told me. So when you constantly hear the same thing over and over again, it gets embedded into your subconscious, and you really start to believe it because now it's like, oh, they said it must be true. They said it's true, so it must be true. And instead of actually listening to yourself, because you know yourself more than anybody else. I don't care how much somebody has been around you, how long somebody has been around you, you know yourself more than anybody else. And I even say this to myself. I don't know people. I just know what they give me. So I'm basing all my facts off of what they give me. You know what I mean? If I don't understand through communication, which is like, if I don't understand, I'll ask questions. But if I know that you have this energy of uncomfortableness, I'm not gonna bring it up unless you do. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna push you past a boundary that I know shouldn't be crossed, especially when I know my own personal boundaries. Um, I know my own personal boundaries, and I let it be known I don't want this crossed. But in some instances, I have in my own huh? Burger. Hamburger. Hamburger.
Never say never, girl. That nigga with the why you looking at me? You ain't even gonna bite shit. Now what's up, lad? Alright, dog, fuck you, lad. I'm going with that roll with. We're going on, bitch. You know I'm coming to that.
So, back to where we were. I'm gonna be eating during this because I'm hungry as hell. But back to where we were. Anyway. So what was I? Where was I at? When it comes to loving yourself and getting to know yourself, those are key components that should have been. Go sit your ass down.
God tell him I'm 7.
I'm not live with no views. I just do this because I like it.
I tell him I'm 70 right now.
Anyway. Anyway. I'm hungry, so I'm sorry. I had to eat.
You can show your goddamn news with the dog food. Sit down, boy. Share all his fucking food with the dog. With the dog.
It's gonna be nice to me.
Promise you don't.
Here. Stop trying to be bullshit, fuck you then.
Anyway.
Can I get shit?
Anyway. Loving yourself is such a key component. Huh? I'm dead. I'm dead. Anyway. Anyway. What? He do eat noodles. He just like don't like it from strangers. He don't like strangers.
Then that boy just trying to get his dog some hot chip.
Yeah. Yep. He don't like none from strangers. He don't like strangers.
My dad said the dog didn't want them noodles because that boy didn't know seasoning on the noodles.
That too. But he be eating it. I wonder what kind it is, because if it's hot, I don't think he gonna eat it. That shit gonna burn like mud. Oh, dead.
Dude, so fucked up.
No, it ain't no seasoning. Anyway, back to y'all. We're getting back to this. Loving yourself is such an important key component.
Over there?
Something on the floor.
The cat. That cat biting down.
And this is also with selenite, because the Six of Pentacles or diamonds, cleansing yourself and your space. When it comes to your mind, that is literally your space. So if you're trying to have this peace of mind, you know, what do you have to do to make yourself be more at peace? You have to clean out or filter. You know how there's like junk and spam mail, or all these different types of mails, and you can archive like with emails and shit. So it's like that.
So
you have to filter out. Huh?
He got a cat and a raccoon mixed up.
Huh? Who are we talking about?
My dad.
Which cat?
He said he thought it was a cat in the middle of the road, and he tried not to hit the cat. And he's like, that when he looked at there, he was like, that one don't got that cat, that's a raccoon.
Hell nah. Hell nah. No, people be domesticating raccoons and shit. What the hell is a raccoon doing in apartments though? I ain't never seen a raccoon out here.
Good God.
That's wild.
Your son probably got a pet raccoon.
I would love to have a pet raccoon. So, peace of mind, cleansing your space.
Grandma calling me daddy. I don't know what she wants. This 11:45.
But I really think that you have grown so
She calling
much
you?
in when it came to your own self. And when I first saw the zero, I was like, okay, it's something of a blank slate, or something that's starting anew or starting over. I'm not sure which one, but take it where you see fit. Maybe it could be all three. Never know. Anyway, building courage, which is like what I said about the blue. working on your working. It says solar plexus or sacral
What the fuck is that?
chakras.
Shaka Khan?
Chakras.
Kevin
Start
Gates?
at the root, which is like literally where your tailbone at.
So
That's
my
your
booty
root.
hole.
Not your booty hole. It's your tailbone, which is near your booty hole, I guess. But it starts at the root, and it goes all the way to the crown.
So from my
root,
head to my booty hole.
sacral, heart. Wait, no. Is it solar or sacral? I'm not sure which one is which, but I know they like are opposing to each other. Anyway.
So it's like your head, your heart, your booty hole, and like
no. Your sacral, like your chakras are literally from your tailbone all the way up your spine.
Your tailbone right by your booty hole, so you might just go.
I'm not finna say booty hole because it's in the tailbone. You know humans, they have literally where their spine at. That's literally what? Up your spine.
Your spine is your back. Your booty hole is your booty hole.
And the tailbone is part of your spine, not the booty hole. Anyway. Why are we having this conversation? What the
Yeah.
I'm dead. Anyway. Hold on, let me look. Okay. It's the sacral.
Which one is your tailbone? Your booty hole?
So it's the root, sacral, then the solar.
The root is your booty hole.
No, it's not your booty hole. If it was in your booty hole, it'd be saying it's your booty hole. I'm done. And then it goes to the heart. I'm dead.
We love you back.
Heart, throat, third eye, and then the crown. See, the top I know.
So the root is your booty, right?
The root is your tailbone. Actually, I guess you can say that because, like, when we talk about the solar plexus, it's literally talking about sexual energy and shit.
That's why I said it's your booty hole.
Booty is. I'm defeated. I'm gonna give you that. I'm dead as hell.
You wanna play with my root? I'm gonna run that. You wanna play with my root? Let me ask you what that is. So I said that's my booty hole.
No! Don't put words in my mouth. No.
Can't wait to say that was my booty hole.
Oh, dead.
Sakura.
What? Sakura.
That's what Sexy Red was talking about when she said my coochie click my booty hole brown. She was talking about the chakra. A straight line to be exact. It's like horizontal. Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that. I'm dead. Where we at? Let me get back on the point. Oh my god.
The point was the root chakra.
Anyway. Yeah.
The Buddha.
You know what? Maybe it is.
But it is.
Like, cause
If you tell me my tailbone, but it's about my sexual organs, I'm finna tell you my booty
Yeah,
hole.
that's fair. It's right there. It's literally right above it.
No, it ain't right above it.
No, it's right above it.
It's the booty hole.
Your tailbone literally
Go in the
stops
bathroom.
right above your tailbone.
I'm finna tell you to play
Your
my chakra.
your tailbone is like right above your booty hole.
Right now. Hey, Junior.
Hey. No, dead, bro.
Hard eyes, and I've been cutting them out too. Let me see hard eyes. I miss you, Snake.
I'm dead. I miss you,
You
Stink.
wanna play my root chakra?
Hmm?
They say you can say booty hole to niggas, but when you talking to white people, say rectum.
Hell nah.
Daddy,
The medical term would be
what's that stuff? And they be doing that. Daddy, what's a prostate? Ain't that what a man got?
Yeah.
I think my mama got prostate cancer.
Huh?
Daddy, Daddy, you ought to see the look on her face. She trying to understand. My mother's a man.
Oh, she trans. I'm confused. So he's trans.
Who is he?
I'm confused.
My mama look like a man.
Okay.
Boom. That's it.
Is it? I'm still
She
confused.
ugly than a motherfucker.
I'm still confused.
My mother
Yeah.
look like a man, so she got prostate cancer, just like Medea.
I'm dead. Not Medea. Not Medea.
Joseph got the prostate cancer.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm dead.
My daddy gone somewhere. See. Every time I try to play with you, I don't go too far now. We don't talk about my mom not wearing no wig. So get your nap head, body head, ass, flat booty pancake built up ass mom. I bet I won't either.
I'm dead.
I almost said something very bad. A bullshit. I want to get me some more tattoos, Daddy. And then my your bald head mama, say anything else to me, I'm going to get her face tatted on my back. You hear me? I said the bald head last minute say something else to me, I'm going to get her face tatted on my back.
Okay.
Nah, I'm gonna do
So,
it because she don't like that too.
we're gonna roll
I'll
on.
make her
Anyway,
so fucking mad.
I got you these. So, we have mythology, decomposition, reincarnation, Ophelia, aka Hamlet, PTSD, CPTSD, subconscious, challenge, feel good, family ties, and pet. So we were talking about the subconscious earlier and the conscious. So
You trying to cheat.
I'm not cheating.
Uh,
I wrote on both back of these. It's purposeful. No. They both have messages.
what you talking about?
Come and
I'm not
go.
even talking to you.
They come and go.
No, I didn't. I wasn't
Okay.
listening. And then what?
Okay. So, I think the main overarching thing is the mental disorders. PTSD, CPTSD. If you don't know, they're essentially similar, but CPTSD concurs in childhood and PTSD concurs in adulthood. So, now that we see the kind of difference, different.
That cat and that dog don't trying to do it.
Now we see the differences.
That dog trying to do it with that cat.
Yeah. They both boys.
Ow, she said that about boy. He said that about boy. He trying to do that cat.
No, Kurt. Stop that. Go sit down.
That go a crock you can whoop him with.
I ain't for whooping with them. You know better.
They're trying to take that cat booty out.
Man, better go back to the shoes. Anyway.
That dog been trying to take that cat booty off in that cat game.
So,
That's why I assumed it was a girl. But now,
toast to the girl. The Halloween one. She the girl. That's a boy.
fuck, I messed up one. I'll say that.
Prince gay.
If this boy cat get pregnant, I know some shit.
Cat
All I'm saying this. If this boy
You
cat...
gonna look like that motherfucker from the show. And you know what? This shit can only go one way. I'm dead. I'm
They
dead.
gonna turn into cat dog because they ain't gonna be able to get on stuck to that damn boy. Huh? Play off in that cat booty hole.
Hell no. I'm dead.
They got walk around trying to sniff everybody booty hole.
That's how dogs get to know each other, but sometimes they be
I don't
too
care how they get to
friendly.
know each other. Stay away from my anus. Stay away from my asshole. It's mine.
From my rectum.
Stay away from my root chakra. There, where the root chakra is? They don't know.
Anyway, let's get back to this. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Live, love, love. Anyway. Now that we know the differences between these two, PTSD and CPTSD, let's look into the other ones. we're going to the subconscious and the conscious. So, what we were talking about earlier with the subconscious and the subconscious is where whatever you don't remember in the conscious just kind of goes to the back. It's kind of like, stuff that's just like,
Yes. Do you know what a root chakra is? Chakra is? It's the booty hole.
I'm trying to think of a good example. Okay,
Cosmo and
so
Wanda.
say that, Cosmo and Wanda.
They like the fairies, which are the conscious. But the subconscious is the shit they make you forget.
That's that's a good one. That's a good one.
But it's
Actually,
basically like the thoughts or the process or whatever you went through just getting hidden in the back of your mind. But as them being the
but if they're like hidden, wouldn't that be like in the unconscious instead of the subconscious?
unconscious means your ass not woke. Subconscious is some shit that's in your mind that's in the back. And it takes a lot for you to dig deep and pull it out. But your conscience is something that basically is in your mind and it sometimes helps you with your morality. Like, morally, this is wrong or this is right. And it's because of my conscience telling me.
See, what I was thinking about was, you know how in the theaters they have like the film projector, and then they have like the film that's like already there. I see that as as the conscious, but then the subconscious being the projector, because we don't actually see it, but we see like the whole picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was thinking of it like that way. I just didn't know how to
What you
like
looking
word
for?
it. But anyway, how those two correlate and the way that you have the subconscious here, I feel like it's a lot of just stuff that's backed up, which is like what I said earlier. Where is it? Here it is, selenite. Cleansing yourself and your space. So there's a need for a reset. And when we go to Ophelia in Hamlet, um, she was ran mad and forced into a marriage that she did not want. So, in the end, she ended up.
We reading tarot cards, Dad, and talking about booty holes and stuff.
Yeah. So, it was more so of a really. When it comes to PTSD or CPTSD, um, there is a lot of miscommunication when it comes to trusting yourself and trusting somebody else, because you have put your trust in other people who hurt you. That's what causes you to be like, okay, nobody in this world worth trusting. You can't, when you say that, you're not even trusting yourself in that same token. But if you also take that and spin it like, only I'm trustworthy, everybody else is untrustworthy, you're counting out the people who are actually there for you and actually see you for who you are. You're counting out the people who actually have seen every version of you. So you're sowing so much distrust in other people, it's actually warping the trust that you have within yourself. Because if you can't trust yourself to trust other people, how exactly is that trusting yourself? I hope that makes sense. Anyway, we're going on to challenge, which honestly I misspelled it, but whatever. Anyway, Gemini is on the back. You also have Aquarius, so you could be a Gemini or an Aquarius. And Geminis, I typically see them as um, the peacemakers, but they also say Geminis are two-faced, which is like, I feel like every zodiac has the good and bad aspects. So maybe,
Now
yeah,
Leo.
I do.
Leo is
I'm a
all
Leo,
good.
and I do.
Ain't
I'm not
nothing
even
bad
ashamed
about
of
us.
it.
Ain't nothing bad about Leo.
I'm not saying bad, like,
We the
oh,
best. We the bomb diggity.
it's just that
My
for me
dad's so funny.
personally,
He a Leo too.
because,
You a Leo?
yeah,
Your birthday August 12th, ain't it?
6,
Damn. Oh, Dad, her birthday today was so Uncle Ray.
Adriana's after mine.
7th. That's his brother's birthday.
Damn.
And his the 3rd.
Damn. My
And
dad
mine
the
the
10th.
19th.
Damn.
And my sister the 18th.
Damn. Damn. Back to back. Damn. Back to back. Anyway, back to this. The challenge. So, Gemini's. Okay, I'm back. What I was saying earlier. I feel like there is both good and bad aspects of every zodiac because we are not all inherently bad or inherently good. We all suffer from some type of disorder, from something that is deeply ingrained within us. Whether if you grew up in a household that was very nurturing for you, you won't realize that there are some people who aren't out there for your betterment or for your own good. They are seeking, like I said earlier, distrust is like something that is worth distrusting. But when you put too much distrust or put too much trust,
Hi, Charlie. Hey, Charlie. Charlie, coming in, Charlie. Come on, Charlie. Come here, Charlie.
Yeah, one on my Justin too return.
Charlie, get in and come in. You trying to
but
get outside now, Charlie? Huh?
okay. Going back to it, when it comes to trust and distrust, putting too much trust, or it's like, when we have the spectrum, it's like one thing and then the other thing. So, trust, trust, and distrust. Putting too much trust into somebody or something that isn't actually worthy of that trust will lead to more problems than solutions. Having too much distrust in people will lead you to isolation and less efforts in communicating, especially when it comes to the subconscious and conscious. But you have to realize those things are inherently from how you were raised. And it's more so taking the time to understand how you were raised and learning and unlearning habits that impede you. Um, and we're going down to feel good and binging. Um, so maybe you're doing whatever you can to make yourself feel good. But when it comes to binging, it's like binge eating, or not even just binge eating, is just probably taking too much of something that's taking too much of your time rather than you actually using your time for something. And in that same token, I am going to move over here to decomposition, which actually I spoke wrong too, and also disingenuous. So, how exactly do you spot disingenuous people? Charlie, stop it. Anyway, when it comes to what was I talking about? Disingenuous. So, disingenuine people and also yourself being disingenuine. Because, like I said, there are two spectrums. There are two sides to this spectrum. You know what I mean? So, when it comes to disingenuine versions of yourself, which honestly I can say because when I was younger, I really feel that because I had this lack of identity, um, especially when it came to being a trans person and guiding my life through these challenges, um, and not really understanding where my subconscious was coming from. But consciously, I was like aware that something was off, but subconsciously, it was like I was ignoring it because I didn't want it to be true, especially being around
Yeah.
people who weren't really the kindest or nicest to people who weren't cishet. And even then, I could
Wow.
see that people were always being disingenuous to each other because there would be bullies or, the popular clique,
That
the
really.
people who were just to themselves and, they really weren't bullying nobody, but there was always gossiping or there was something that was said about the other person, and it was like, why are we putting so much emphasis on this? You know what I mean? Why are we adding so much issues to how somebody is? Why are we adding more to their plate because they're the ones who have to actually digest this? Because even though we're saying it behind their back, everything always comes around in full circle. And that's why I said when I was younger, I was disingenuous because it wasn't purposeful, but intent doesn't really matter, but it explains it. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I was always around these girls who wanted me to do something for them, and people pleasing. Yeah, that was a whole issue too. Anyway, doing that and not having a core sense of identity, especially when I was running away from the identity that was natural to me, it made me become something that I wasn't. And when it comes to disingenuine people, especially because um, I have a hard time understanding this myself, but it's been so many disingenuine people that have came to me that I didn't understand that they were being disingenuous, especially when social cues they fly over my fucking head like a plane. So when someone is um, being sarcastic or not really saying everything up to face value or trying to get the words. When something just isn't in a sense truthful and you feel it in your gut that it's not truthful, listen to it. But getting back to it, I was one of those people that just didn't understand a lot. And most of the time I was to myself, so it's not like I went out of my way to talk to people. People came to me, and it was more so of just like I found it odd to say the least. But anyway, when it came to people being disingenuous, I just never understood it. But eventually, I did figure it out. It was just taking a lot longer than it should have. And going to myth- mythology and transcend, also with reincarnation and rediscover, you may be rediscovering old passions that you have long forgotten about, or rediscovering parts of yourself that you have hidden away, even from yourself. When it comes to mythology, I don't know how much you guys are into that, which is like, Egyptian, Greeks, Romans, all that shit, African, all that shit. Mauritius, all that shit. They're part of the African blood. But anyway, all that shit. Um, all of mythology, whatever you are drawn to. Which personally for me, I actually Egyptian is part of African, but they're different cultures. Let me just anyway. I am drawn. Hmm, anyway, sorry. I personally am drawn to Greek mythology and Egyptian mythology, and really Greek, Roman, and Egyptian do go hand in hand because they are so closely connected to each other through history of how the Egyptians were taken over by the Romans, and Romans had a lot going on. It's just a lot of what was it? It's not Inquisition. It's colonization or whatever. It's a lot of that. So not gonna get into that. Not right now. Anyway.
Don't sit there and open your mouth like that in front of me, boy.
Anyway. So when I first heard that, I was like,
my dad don't want to talk.
it was the song from this musical, but I think you would know it because it's like the main chorus of it was like so catchy and tuney,
That boy
like
got
you
two
know.
babies. Junior got two babies. Two little boys.
So we start with oh, don't be my. We know your God is here. Something, something. You are Athena, Athena. Baddest of the arena. The stars you've seen of. You know what I mean? It was that song. But Warrior of the Mind. I think that's what it's called. But just look up the lyrics. You'll literally get it right away. Anyway, Warrior of the Mind. That right there is music and family ties. We'll get to this in a moment. Anyway, when it comes to reincarnation, I feel that you have had many lives, which is why when it comes to a certain point in our life, whether we are new soul or old soul, it takes time for us to transition from our old life into our new life. And because we have already set out these plans in Akashic Records, and we've already wrote, and our soul has already made our path for us. But there always are going to be bumps in the road, especially when it comes to um, mental disorders and family ties. Maybe you're not even connected to some of your family right now, or you're building your own family based on you knowing that this person is going to stick by me, I'm going to stick by this person because we are mutually respecting each other and understanding each other and communicating with each other. And also with pet and child, you may have a pet, or you may have children or one child. You may have multiple pets. For me, my children are my pets because take care I take care of them, and I hold so much respect for them as their own individual animals. And I also hold respect for myself, um, to keep them in my care. You know what I mean? So let's move on from these, and we're going to get into
How plug the couch in?
should be plugged up.
Couch already plugged in.
Should be.
What? Ah,
Yeah.
that black cord.
Mhm.
Oh, this thing too loud.
Okay. So let's get into the dreams, because I feel like the overarching theme of this is the dreams, which is what I first wanted to get into, but we started getting into other shit, so let's go. Okay. We have people. Another theme in this transport and demon or monster. Getting one more. Okay. Being at school. Okay. And on the front we have baby or birth. And on the back we have finding something valuable. So, Charlie, stop that. So, we have people. Some dreams are empty of people, some are heavily populated. Frequently, people in a dream will represent aspects of your own personality or preoccupations. This is true of friends and acquaintances, but it can also apply to strangers. A useful point to remember when you have a puzzling dream about someone you never met. The key to understanding might be what they say or do rather than who they are. People working together might suggest the importance of cooperation. Perhaps you envy a relationship that seems to be more harmonious than yours, or perhaps you feel isolated in your job and would like more contact with others. People to each other may denote frustration about individuals who are involving themselves in your personal affairs, or simply a deep-seated wish for more solitude. If there are people, if there are people present when you are doing something private, such as using a bathroom, this usually indicates insecurity or low self-esteem. Transport. Any mode of travel is likely to convey a message about the way you're making progress in life. The most significant question is whether or not you're driving or navigating, or are you just a passenger? The latter scenario suggests you are passive and might benefit more from taking more you might benefit from taking more control. You need to drive your own life forward. This direction and speed of travel will offer further interpretive clues. Aircraft and dreams suggest new experiences and excitement. Bicycles indicate a need for balance. There may be opposing forces or people you need to reconcile. If you are on a bus or coach, this suggests conformity. Given the associations water carries, boats or ships point an exploration of your emotional life. Trains mean you can be too independent on others. You can be too dependent on others. I don't know. You good. Train can mean you're too dependent on others or insufficiently flexible. Though if you are the driver, perhaps others depend on you. Cars represent the image you present. Cavern, caravans, caravans, caravans or trailers suggest an unconventional approach. I have not seen this one before, so personally, this one is new. Um, Demon or monster. We all have our demons. When they appear in our dreams in some grotesque or scary form, they may represent emotions we've been repressing or hiding. Sorry. An alien or monster in a dream can have a similar meaning. Your dreaming mind is encouraging you to come to terms with something that inwardly plaguing or intimidating you. The problem may be an emotion such as anger, fear, anxiety that has gotten out of control and morphed into a malevolent force. Alternatively, it might be a situation that has gotten out of hand or a person who refuses to listen to you, respect you, or take your feelings or wishes into account. Maybe they've taken advantage of you, possibly exploiting your good nature. Since monsters are fiction, the dream could also suggest that your unconscious mind is ready your subconscious mind that you see your delusions for what they are and get real. And lastly, we have being at school. Dreaming of being a pupil at school or some other pace of learning relate to lessons you need to learn in your waking life. Perhaps a basic principle or skill you've forgotten. There may be an opportunity to learn something new that you've either missed or need to pay more attention to. Have you learned from your past mistakes or are you repeating them over and over? If you're a child that in the dream, that suggests that you need to bring some childlike simplicity to a current situation. Complications in your waking life, may not be as difficult as they seem. If you're a teacher, mentor, or lecturer, the message of the dream would be that you need to be your own guide and inspiration. Perhaps answers you seek Perhaps the answers you're seeking can't be found by asking other people. True guidance comes from within. What did I say earlier? You have to trust yourself because you know yourself more than anybody else. So, putting these to the side, we're going to go into tarot cards now, which I'm going to do the Tarot of the Divine lastly, and we're going to start with the Horror Tarot. On the side, my enemy uses underdeck because it's just wet, but we'll see. There was a card that flipped over. I know I saw it. There you are. So you have the Six of Wands in reverse. Charlie, stop it. Oh, sorry. I'm getting exceptionally tired. Anyway. Huh? See. Three of Pentacles. I'll be right back, folks. Okay, I'm back. So, Six of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and my phone is about to die. Oh no, it come out. No, it come out. No, it come out like literally. It's
I'm
supposed
saying,
to.
but this one reach all the way over to where you was, see?
Sorry, dude. Thank you. I don't know how this gonna work.
Yeah, bend that cord and pack it up.
Okay, back here. So, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Five of Pentacles, and Three of Wands. And on the back of the deck, you have the Page of Pentacles. On the back, you have the Page of... That's it. I already said that. Let me stop. I just think it's interesting that the Ace and Wands came out and was facing each other. But, like... there's been a lot of lackluster when it comes to your physical adventures, or so you feel like it has, especially with the Page of Pentacles. Right, and the Eight of Cups is right under it. So there is a need to walk away, and it's like, you know what we were talking about earlier with the demons and the monster in the dreams area, right? So that is your own personal, that is your own mind attacking what you perceive as lacking in effort. Especially with the Three of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Clearly you have the Five of Pentacles, but you're thinking that you're in the Three of Pentacles. You're thinking that you have less than that you actually have. And maybe you are lacking financially, but when it comes to different aspects of your life, you have to count those parts to make those decisions to get you to that area you want to get financially. And when you're lacking confidence in those other parts of yourself, whether it's mentality, emotionally, and physically, give me a moment. Okay, so back here. You're lacking the momentum to push yourself forward. Especially when I see the Six of Wands, it's like she's on the Ferris merry-go-round, right? So it's like a round and round. You feel that you are going into a cycle, which maybe you are because you're not setting yourself in the sight that you want to set yourself in. You're not setting yourself up for success. You're setting yourself up to be like constantly surrounded by negative thoughts. Maybe on the surface, it's pretty. Oh no, it is. Because now we're seeing that you need to walk away from whatever is stopping you from getting out of bed in the fucking morning. What's keeping you stuck in your shadow. I don't mean shadow as like, the negative aspect of the shadow. It's more so just being stuck in your own self because you're refusing to let yourself be seen. So, back at it again. Because I didn't even see her in the bed. And she literally, it kind of looks like the same woman. I mean, you can't really see her. She's like really tiny, but you can see her head, like her hair sticking out, and it kind of looks like the same woman. But this woman is walking away. And you can see the shadows, like literally falling off of her. So it's like you have the power to take that step forward. Because you see the new adventure that you could go on, but you have this innate fear that it won't work out. Especially seeing the wands, because the wands promote stability, they promote movement. But I see you kind of like coming out of this barrier and actually taking a look around. It's only a matter of time, I feel.
I know, right? The little baby stop shit out of me like that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 of Cups. Page of Wands. In reverse. The High Priestess in reverse. The Tower in reverse. The 5 of Cups. And the Star in reverse. Also have the 7 of Swords in reverse. A lot of this in reverse. Honestly, yeah, I thought so. The deck was in reverse. But I don't think that it was by mistake. So, the Six of Cups is more so this nurturing card that gives. And you also have the Five of Cups, which is in reverse. So I think that in, instead of, because it's actually funny that the Tower is here, because the Tower represents something that's like an impending doom, or something that's being or having to be rebuilt. You better not put that in your mouth. That's all I know. Anyway,
Come here, Naps. Come here, Naps.
anyway, a rebuilding or crumbling. But in this instance, I feel like it's crumbling. Huh? Uh-uh. Um, where was that at? The Tower. Rebuilding or something coming down. In this instance, I feel like that you have finally left the Tower, because I see with the High Priestess and the Star, you are currently wishing for something that you actually see. Like, you're not imagining it, you actually see it. Like, I feel like some of you have vision, um, foresight, or like future vision, but you're actually seeing it happen just in real time. But you can, like, in your dreams, I feel that you are so deeply in tune with your destiny that you cannot be shaken right now. Especially because this Tower is right here. You finally stepped out of this cage that you put yourself in. You finally walked away. And now you are at the stage to where you're just like, you're ready. You're ready to begin this next step. You're ready to just keep on the path that you have been going, but making those minor details change up a bit so that you can be in this. Sorry. So you can be in this energy of where you're just like, I'm not letting this stop me from having a good day. I'm not letting this stop me from um, choosing X, Y, and Z. I'm not letting this stop me from getting where I need to be or doing what I need to do. Especially because of the Seven of Swords, I feel like you've seen the fine line between whatever, especially, okay. So with the Seven of Swords and the Five of Cups, because that's what I'm saying, but you've seen the fine line between what it is you do want and what it is you don't want in your life. And it's taken so long for you to get here because I feel that the Tower just didn't come. Maybe there was like tower after tower after tower that was constantly backed in your life. But now you're in the Six of Cups, so where you're ready to start giving and receiving on both ends of the spectrums. Like, air keeps hitting my throat and making me kind of gag. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But anyway, we're going into the Tarot Divine. I think this card wants to come out. Ooh. Page of Cups. You're starting a journey that you don't even know, like, how big it is going to be for you. You're starting a huge ass journey. Please, I'm not doing this. It's like when air hit the back of your throat, but you're trying to breathe normally, but then it's just like causing you like to cough and shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I hope that you see what I'm doing. It's not on purpose. I'm just like something keeps hitting the back of my throat. So you have the Fool, which is like a huge indicator that you are stepping over to the next step of your life, or the next phase of your life, whatever you want to put it as. You know what I mean? You have the Seven of Wands. You have the Ten of Wands. You have the Queen of Wands in reverse. You have the Devil. You have the High Priestess. Again, in reverse. Ace of Wands. Didn't you have that too? But now it's upright, you know what I mean? And you have the Ten of Swords. And on the back of the deck, you have the Nine of Swords. So, we're having these, it's still repeating, I swear it is. It's not necessarily that you're going round and round. It's just that you are having a hard time, or you were having a hard time breaking out of this cycle that was, I wouldn't say being put on purposely by you, but it was just unintentional damage to yourself. And whether it's through your thought process or what you've been hearing around people, or what people have been saying to you, or what type of energy you've been feeding into, that has been the start of the cycle, and it keeps going around and around. But now we're seeing you step into the full phase. Maybe you're not all the way like the High Priestess, so where you see everything clearly, but you're getting to that point. And with the Seven of Wands, you have such a talent for your hard work, that everything that you are putting yourself into, whether it's a new opportunity, whether it's trying something that you've never tried before, whether it's going out to someone random, or um, doing something spontaneously, or just even sitting inside the house and working or something, or um, enjoying time with yourself, you are seeing the beauty in it. With the Ten of Wands, I don't necessarily think that it's in a negative aspect. I don't necessarily think it's in a negative aspect to where you're just like, I'm not happy with where I'm at. I see that you are building something out of the damaged parts of yourself. You're not letting yourself be fed the lies that you aren't good enough, that you aren't worthy enough, that you haven't done all that you can to be noticed in the ways that you should, You're seeing that because you are putting in so much work, you are worthy of whatever you are seeing yourself as. I won't just say whatever, because I feel like if this is the energy, you see yourself as that bitch. You see yourself as that nigga. You see yourself as the person who is beginning your life and not letting anybody stop you from making that life for yourself. And speaking of, on the this is on the floor by itself, which I'm assuming it didn't get shuffled in the pile. But you have the Five of Coins. So being stuck out in the cold to overthinking every part of your destiny, to being like, oh, what if I do the wrong move? What if I do this? You see the Ace of Cups, you see the Ace of Wands, you're pouring into yourself. You had those twice in this fucking reading. In the fucking horror, you had those twice. Not only that, you had the High Priestess too. Where is it? You had the High Priestess in the Dark Tarot. But anyway, there are so many things that are overlapping within your journey that you just don't understand. You are making such a high you're taking it to the skies, I would say. You're maybe you're leaving your problems like at the door, or you're just not dealing with something that isn't really bringing you happiness, and you're choosing to be on a better side. You're choosing to better your inner space. You're choosing not to let the past define who you are or your worth. And when I see that in conjunction to the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands just diagonal to each other, it's like they're mirroring each other in a sense, because you see that the Ten of Swords is drowning and they're being swallowed by everything that is, they're being swallowed by the ocean, or they're killing something that is holding them down, instead of embracing that part of them, which is what the Ten of Wands is doing, embracing the hurts and using it for the betterment of you. You're using that to guide your way in this lifetime. And when I see the Queen of Wands, it's in reverse, yes. But she is stepping forward. She is allowing her path not to let the storm rage on, but to become one with the storm. Get your ass back in here, Prince. Ain't nobody telling you to go out. Anyway, I need to take them out anyway when I finish. But anyway, back to this. What I say, becoming one with the storm, becoming one with your fire. And I feel like when the devil and the fool are together, I don't think that the devil is telling you that, know, you're being sucked down by whatever is holding you back. You are seeing yourself at your own face value. And with this, I think that you are seeing that your addictions, the things that are stopping you from evolving, you are coming at them not with animosity, not with hatred or anything like that. You're coming at them with, I see you and I understand you. So how can we fix this together? When it comes to when it comes to your own person and your individuality and your need to understand yourself and get a more deeper emotional, when you go into this deeper emotional level with yourself and seeing everything that you have been through and everything that you have seen, everything that was done to you, what you put yourself through, what you allowed, what you didn't allow, you know what I mean? When you see all those parts of you and you mix it in with the Fool, which is like, you know what, I'm going to use this for something, because what do they always say? Your life story will become somebody else's guide. And maybe it's like, you have to follow yourself, but your lessons that you have learned will also inspire somebody else. It won't become their exact book, but it will inspire them and help them in their own way, in their own journey, going to this through this life that they live. And I don't know how I'm not very familiar with them myself, but star seeds. Um, if you believe in reincarnation, whether it's being reincarnated on the earth again, and whether it's being reincarnated on the earth again or being reincarnated from a different area in space, whatever it is for you, whatever floats your fancy, man. But whatever floats your fancy. Huh?
Back in the light, back in.
The purple one?
No, the orange.
You can give this to me. I use the purple. Anyway, going back to this, let's see what is in your mirror. So you have blinded to pain. Bride in a cage. Okay. And calling the storm. Okay. So. So. I don't know how many times it's gonna fall, but you're gonna have to just stay with it. Anyway. Blinded to pain, bride in cage, calling the storm. And on the back you have naked before the stars. So, if you know this song, it's called Messages from the Stars. I love that song. But that's the song that's like playing right now in the head. But I see that you, with blinded to pain, with blinded to pain, and bride in a cage. You were so wrapped up in avoiding the pain, avoiding, can I speak? Avoiding the pain and also reliving your pain, that you essentially became numb to it, and becoming numb to your own pain instead of feeling through it and understanding it, you leave yourself in this cage. Instead of stepping out, you're becoming more inward. You're allowing yourself to be susceptible to these energies that aren't really good for you, whether it's through negative thoughts, whether it's through negative action, whether it's through hard addictions that literally will kill you. And it doesn't matter if it's like a substance or narcotics, because when it comes to addictions, it doesn't just stop at narcotics. It can be anything else, whether it's through excessive eating, or not eating enough, or over exercising your body, or not exercising enough. Because there are so many conversations that are needed to be had when it comes to addictions, but we're going to save that for another time. You're calling the storm to get you out of this cage. You're like what the wind says, you flow with the wind. You go where it takes you, like a leaf. You're going wherever you're going everywhere. You're not allowing yourself to be stuck. You're not allowing yourself to stay in this pity mode, or, oh, pity me, pity this, pity. You know what I mean? Victim mentality. What do we say about that? Because victim mentality, not only is it because somebody may place that on you, place that on yourself because you're allowing yourself to be put in this victimhood, when really, yes, you were a victim, but you don't have to stay a victim. So, let's go on to the emanations, which is the source. Gevura, left hand judgment. Raziel, angel of mysteries. That, no emptiness, and Duma, angel of dreams. On the back you have Netza, right leg, endurance. So I think it's interesting that we have something from the left and the right, and they're both polar opposites to each other. So, what I'm really getting is that we all have reason to judge somebody, but when it comes to judgment, we have to leave that at the door and actually see the person for face value. Without no emptiness, you can you can really overlook somebody because of one aspect of yourself. Sorry, in the head. So, it's late. Anyway, you can really overlook parts of yourself because you are not allowing yourself to be more out of judgment and more so of being like, am I seeing this person at full value? Um, and judgment doesn't even have to be like, oh, this person sucks or this person like, blah 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 blah. It doesn't even have to just be like that. It could be like, oh, this person is so good. I wish I could be like that, because you're not only placing judgment on that person, you're placing judgment on yourself, because what makes you think that you don't have those qualities within you? What makes you think that somebody has more than you? That is placing judgment on both ends. Both sides of the sword is gonna hurt. Instead of placing judgment in those obscured ways, see it as, okay, I love myself enough to be like, um, I see that they are very talented in the way that they do X, Y, and Z. So I want to work on that. So you made a judgment because you said somebody was was talented. You said somebody who was talented in whatever way the X, Y, and Z is, but you're also making the judgment to be like, okay, I want to do that too. I want to learn about that. So, what do I have to do to learn about that? That is healthy judgment instead of being obscured or unhealthy or toxic judgment. And we also see with dreams, pay attention to your dreams, because we also had um, how we looked into what it was today. Into those messages from the dream. It's more so of just being like, okay, these parts of myself, what actually do I see? What actually do I need to see? Or what am I not seeing right now? You have endured so much within your life that over you over you overthink what actually could be a good thing for you. Um, Self-sabotaging, that's also part of it. But endurance also means that you built so much for yourself, that you took so much for it took so much for you to get to um, a point in your life to where there is no turning back from. Whether it's through loving yourself at your fullest or learning to know yourself even more. You just have to realize that you are not a broken person. You are somebody who has conquered so much of your life. Even like when you think about it, you know how they say that, okay, say that you're a kid and you're crying about something like a hard game level. and then it took so long for you to actually win that level. So now you're just like, you may be thinking that, oh, it's just like a game level, you know. You might not even be thinking much about it, but the kid is like, you know, I did this. It took so long for me to do this, so you know, I'm proud of myself for doing it. You know, so give thanks and give praise to the compliments, to the accomplishments that you have done, for how for how much you have endured, for how much that you have made for yourself, not even just in your dreams, in your waking life. You have changed so much in the past years. You are not the same person as you were, not even like yesterday. Like, you change every day. You change constantly. You might even not be the same person a second ago. I'm sorry. Sorry, let me stop. Be so for real. But seriously, you change every day. So it's not like you're like, no, it's not like you can't become what you want to be. You have to actually make the active choice to choose yourself through and through, and not be afraid of actually seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I say this with yourself because once you can unconditionally love yourself through and through, you can see that people are not as hard to deal with as you think. And everybody, like I said earlier, everybody suffers from something. It's just when you choose to honor that person, honor yourself in the ways that you feel welcome, in ways that you make somebody else feel welcome, you know? I know that I'm jumping like, but I promise you, it's really there. It's really there. So, you have infinite self. My infinite self dwells in the sweetness of this very moment. Butterflies, flowers, you know, go outside, smell the fresh air. I should do that too. I actually don't do that enough, but you know. Anyway, 28, power of my voice. I speak my truth and express my feelings to other with care and compassion. More flowers. Maybe dolphins, the ocean. It's feeling very oceanic. Asking opens a pathway. When I ask questions of my inner being, I discover that beautiful and helpful answers always come to me. And lastly, you have I embrace my body. I honor and embrace all of my body. I am receptive to their specific needs. And on the back, you have 27. Quiet nourishes me. Quiet nourishes me. It connects me to the power of now. And because these are like wet and I need to actually air them out, sticking together. Anyway, you have 47, grace. When I open to the deep source of grace, sirens. When I open to the deep source of grace, the flow of my life feels effortless and vibrant. Following my truth, believing in and following my truth, my inner truth helps me live an authentic and empowered life. Truly, it does. And life. Ooh, damn it. Never leaving water on the damn floor again. Anyway. So, I don't know like what the question is, but I will just let the cards speak for themselves. So first, we're gonna start with the planets. So what planet is wanting to take action right now? Oh, so we have Mars. On the back we have Mercury. So let's see what sign wants to come out right now. You have Virgo. And on the back you have Taurus. And lastly, but not least, the house that wants to come out right now. You have the first house. And on the back you have the ninth house. So, okay. That's interesting. So you have energized the serving of others. Ooh, okay. That's odd because the first house is in reverse. Energize the serving of others who you are. Oh, that's spiritual. Sorry. Mental, confront the details of your desire. Physical, force yourself to do what you must and your actions. So it's literally saying that you need to, one, serve who you are before the serving of others. In order to serve others, you have to serve who you are. Two, what actually are your desires in this world? Do you actually see yourself getting to where you need to be because you are doing what you need to do, which is like what the physical is, forcing yourself to do what you need to do, even though you don't want to do it. You know, say that, okay, I don't want to get out of the bed because I'm too tired. Well, it's too fucking bad. Get the fuck up. You know what I mean? Aggressive positivity. Aggressive positivity. Literally, like you can, like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Aggressive positivity. You have to get up because you you have to get up. I'm sorry, I'm not good at that. Anyway, let's twist these around and see what other messages are. The drive for methods for the healing power of immediately. The drive for methods for the healing power of immediately. Okay, I'm getting that. So maybe you want to get stuff done quickly, like in a hurry, but you can't do that. So, this mentally, the confronting of the analyzing of the way you project yourself. How are you actually projecting yourself? Along with your desires, how do you actually project yourself not only to yourself, but to other people? Are you presenting yourself authentically? In what ways do you not see yourself presenting as authentically? And ask yourself, why is it that I think that way? What is making me think that I am not doing something because I'm not doing something? I'm sorry. I'm not doing something because I actually want to separate people pleasing from desires, because what desires are, it's wants and needs. Those are your desires. So what actually is going to be beneficial for you in those wants and needs? What is actually going to be good for you in those wants and needs? You know what I mean? So next you have the physical action resulting from the perfectionism of do it on your own. This right here, speaking to me. You can't do everything alone. And I know that people put so much emphasis on being like, oh, I can do it on my own. I don't need nobody. I don't know where the fuck that came from. But when you try to do it on your own, you have to realize that, yes, there are some things you can do on your own. But other times you have to actually be open to not letting yourself be driven by perfectionism or having to have stuff done immediately. And I'm sorry I'm so close right now. um, I see somebody out and I need to get him. So we're gonna look at the back of these cards. So I'm gonna already put them up here. So when I actually do talk about them, we'll already be there. You know. Anyway, say hello to Captain America. He's pretty cool. He's a pretty chill guy. Anyway, so next we have communicate your beliefs, spiritual values. So you need to communicate what it is that you actually value, whether it like your beliefs and your values, your beliefs and your spiritual values. So sometimes they won't always go hand in hand. So what actually do you think, like, what do you, there's a lot of energy of there being two things, two sides of the same coin. I'm sorry. That kind of caught me off guard. But anyway, the reason that you, let's pause on that real quick. Analyze the cost of long range thinking or travel. Whether it's through overthinking a lot or thinking about where would I be if I wasn't XYZ. You have to actually think, okay, I don't want to be there, or I want to be there. So how can I make myself move from this to this? You know? And physical. Let your mind tell you how to use the most direct way and what is to be shared. So, you know how they say not everybody is your friend? You have to be like that when it comes to discerning what you want to be or do or say around people. So, um, let's say that you just met somebody, but you're just like, oh, I got shot or something like that. I don't. It's not funny, but maybe you say that. But it's like, why did you just randomly share that to a person who you don't even really know? You know what I mean? So you have to use that discernment to be like, okay, this is not something that I want to personally share. But what if it is something that you want to share? Should you share it? There's so many layers that goes to that. So that's like your own personal homework assignment. You know what I mean? Like all of this that we're talking about with these karma cards, that is your homework assignment. Literally. So let's turn these around. And on the other side is the awareness of resources to maintain as if it or they came from all there is. So, so, so where do people come from? What is all there is? What actually are we doing when it comes to being our own person or coming from a family? Because I feel that a lot of us get so tied down by blood is thicker than water when that isn't even the actual quote. It's the covenant. Hold on. What was it? Hold on. I need to let it come back to me. It ain't had thicker in it. It'll come to me soon. But just look up the original quote, literally. It's not blood is thicker than water, because blood ain't thicker than water. It's really not. Anyway, mental. Many thoughts about or from the practicality of the philosophies and laws involved. There's a lot of mental gymnastics when it comes to your own philosophies, the philosophies that the world has grown accustomed to, and even the laws themselves, because laws change with time. And even now, laws are changing because it's just a lot of dumb fuckery that's going on with having to possess somebody's body, or wanting to have possession over bodies in general, or just not only women, but anybody who was born AFAB. Let's keep it somewhat sweet. Just a possession of body parts that don't even belong to you. You know, people want to take control of your body, but you have to realize you, in your own mind, you have that ultimate decision. Despite all the laws and everything going on, you have that ultimate decision, and actually putting forth the effort to making people aware of those things. Like, at the end of the day, you're going to be so much better. And physical. Many words resulting from the productivity of do it in a big way. Fuck what you want. Not fuck what you want. It's not fuck what you want. It's fuck, what you doing, brother?
You just kissed me. Oh, you're so sweet. Puppy.
So, um, do it in a big way. So, regardless if you think that you're doing it right, or if somebody is telling you that you're doing it wrong, do that shit anyway. I mean, I get it, like, if you're at a job or something, but when it's your own creativity, when it's your own productivity, when it's you doing everything that you want to do because you like it, nobody can tell you anything else. Nobody can tell you, oh, that shit trash. I don't give a fuck. It's my trash. I love my trash. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what other people think, as long as you're enjoying it and you're loving it every step of the way. Cap, you all over my damn arm. Anyway, as long as you're loving it for you, it doesn't matter what other people are going to say about it, or how other people. Sorry about that. Or how other people feel about it. As long as you're happy with it, it's fuck what they feel, but love what you do feel. You know what I mean? Um, and that is going to be the end of my. That's the end of my. That's the end of what I'm doing. So now we're getting to the part to where we're finishing everything out. And I'm gonna clean this up tomorrow. I don't have the energy to do it right now or today. So that's gonna get cleaned tomorrow. Anyway. What you doing, Cappy Cap?
What you doing, Cappy Cat? Cappy Cat Cat.
Oh, there it is. I hope you're not getting swung around bad, no. So, anyway, sorry about that. I think that's the end of it. Unless. No, that's the end of it. That's the end of it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, honestly, this has been the longest reading I've ever done, I think. Oh, excuse me. It's been the longest reading I've ever done. So, It's just a lot of stuff that goes into it. And until next time, and also I want to say that I'm sorry because I was like gone for the fucking longest, but it's been a lot of mental gymnastics behind it. I promise you that it was not because I'm avoiding shit, but it's more so just like I needed the break to actually confront myself. Um, and like I said, if you know, then you know. But if you don't need to know. Anyway, okay, sorry. This is like I'm like trying to multitask and getting this like at least kind of okayish to where I can handle it in the morning. But you know, you know what I always say. Oh, before we go, I want to get like well, stuff that's that. Let me really quick get you guys. So, today I am responsible. Today I will make good choices that bring me health and happiness. Today I will forgive. Today I will forgive any past mistakes I have made and love myself unconditionally. What the fuck was I saying earlier? Bro, I kid you not. Cars don't make this shit up. Today I am powerful. Today I know I have the power and wisdom to accomplish everything I choose to do. So, in that token, guys, choose you. Choose your happiness. Choose your truth. Choose what makes you yourself. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Keep it juicy and a koozie, and peace the fuck out.